Live from Waterford and Dungarvan, this is Waterford at 1 News.
Good afternoon, I'm Eimear McKeown. Today's top stories. A Waterford TD has accused Sinn Féin nationally of being influenced by an army council. Retiring Waterford TDs John Deasy and John Halligan are set to receive massive pensions. 22 tonnes of marine litter was taken from the sea at Dunmore East last year. And in sport, Johnny Sexton says he's confident of being fit for Ireland's Six Nations opener with Scotland. A Waterford TD has accused Sinn Féin nationally of being influenced by an army council. Fianna Fáil's Mary Butler made the remarks as she ruled out her party entering into coalition with Sinn Féin. She told Damien Tiernan on Daisha today that she can work with Sinn Féin TD David Cullinan.
You on this programme have consistently praised the work that you can do with David Cullinan. You can work with him. Could you not work with him in government?
I can work.
You can work with him in. You can is this just political posturing?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because when you have outside influences determining what way Sinn Féin decide to do business. Well, I would imagine that the Army Council in Belfast still has a significant role in how Sinn Féin do business in national politics.
David Cullinan says this is just a spurious argument from Fianna Fáil, who are looking for excuses not to go into government with his party.
The fact of the matter is that the IRA is gone, is well gone. There is no Army Council. And I can say to Mary Butler that nobody controls me. I'm my own person, and Sinn Féin is a democratic party, the same as any other party. The difference is that we're a party that's committed to investment in public services. We're not going to be in the pockets of developers or landlords or speculators. We will see these type of political charges. People will make up their own minds. But the only people that I'm answerable to are the people of Waterford and the people who elect me or not. And that's what this election should be about.
Eddie Mulligan is back on the campaign trail despite making national headlines over his business dealings. The Fianna Fáil councillor is running in a general election campaign for the first time. WLR's Liz Reddy joined him in Ballybeg.
A day after the news broke that Eddie Mulligan was disqualified from acting as a company director due to the management of a family hair salon, he was back on the campaign trail in Ballybeg in Waterford City. He was waiting to hear back from Fianna Fáil about his future within the party, but he received support from people in the area.
I remember throughout those difficult times, I lost my job. I was on the building line. I see many people lose their job. But look, listen, people make mistakes. You just have to try and put it behind you. It wasn't easy for Eddie at the time, no more than it was easy for me or anybody else. So it was difficult times. But you have to put a closure on it. We've got to look forward in the city. We badly need someone like Eddie to represent us at city level. I think the people of Waterford are bigger than that. They can see through that. And I'm pretty confident that the people will come out and give Eddie their number one.
Well, we were just talking about this morning, like we listened back over it again, and then we were just saying he's only human. Do you know what I mean? Anyone can fall into hard times and just have to get on with it, don't you? Yeah.
Back up and
fair play to you, yeah.
No, thanks very much.
When someone can come out like that, and even when he got upset on the radio and that, like, it really, it kind of hits home, like, do you know what I mean? So we were just saying fair play to him, like, for coming out and telling his side of the story and that, so.
One of the issues coming up on the door was housing.
I've a son in there now, and he have one child raising him on his own. I'm raising his other child in here, and he's staying in his father's house up there, a one bedroom bungalow. People here, not mentioning any names, in a 4-bedroomed house with just himself and his father.
I suppose when people are in a home, and I know it is their family home, and it can be sometimes very hard for them to downgrade to a smaller size house, and I have to totally empathise with someone when they make their home.
And I'm not discriminating anybody, but it's our own people, our own Irish people, born and bred here, are not even being looked after.
Another issue in the area was loose horses.
Our public house up there is the holy disgrace up there, and I'm part of the school as well. The dumping of rubbish in the school, like locals doing that, is just absolute disgrace. And that I have problems with, the horses and the dashing around the area as well, the travelling horses and that. It's holding people accountable is what I want you to do.
We've done a lot of work in the council, and we've been challenging, I suppose, the relevant executive in relation to them. We won't tolerate any wrong behaviour, or certainly where any kids or any traffic may be in danger of having a...
Vivian Byrne, who ran as an independent in the local elections, explained explained why she's now canvassing for Eddie Mulligan.
I had a lot of people come to me after the local elections with issues. I approached various councillors, and I have to say Eddie's the one who follows through. When I had issues, and some of them were very hard housing issues, Eddie was the one who was working very hard with me and bringing things to a resolution. So that was really my main reason then for joining Fianna Fáil.
She says her support remains strong despite the recent controversy.
Well, I've worked for the last 10 years supporting families facing evictions from the banks. I am normally down the court every Monday, but I've seen the devastation that this issue causes people. The recession caused this for an awful lot of people. Eddie is a human being as well as a politician at the end of the day. This issue has affected people from all walks of life. He did put it out there, it was on his cards. He's helped an awful lot of people who are in the same situation.
Kieran Hartley has decided not to contest the general election in the Waterford constituency. The former Fianna Fáil European candidate had announced he would run as an independent. However, in a statement this morning, he says he's withdrawn his name after careful and considered consideration. Retiring Waterford TDs John Deasy and John Halligan are set to receive massive pensions. The Irish Independent reports that Fine Gael's John Deasy will get a once-off lump sum of €126,000 and an annual pension of over €42,000. John Halligan will receive a lump sum of €63,000 and an annual pension of €21,000 after stepping down ahead of the general election. In total, retiring TDs are set to share in a pension pot of €22 million. Financial analyst Carl Dieter compiled the figures for the Independent.
The big ones will be the likes of Enda Kenny, who is his pension value is about $3.2 million. He'll be getting a lump sum of $140,000. Then he'll have a TD's pension of almost $47,000. He'll have a ministerial pension on top of that of another $14,000, and a Taoiseach's pension on top of that again of another $40,000.
22 tonnes of marine litter was taken from the sea at Dunmore East last year. 12 ports and 230 vessels are now involved in the voluntary Fishing for Litter scheme, which then sorts and recycles the rubbish where possible. In total, 190 tonnes of marine litter, including nets, plastic and wood, was removed from the sea in 2019. Of the 12 ports involved, Kilmore Quay in County Wexford took in the most litter last year with 35 tonnes, followed by Castletown Bear in Cork with 33 tonnes, and then Waterford's Dunmore East with 22 tonnes. In 2018, Dunmore East brought in 10 tonnes. That's an increase of 12.
WLR Sport.
Johnny Sexton says his recovery is ahead of schedule and he's confident of being fit for Ireland's Six Nations opener with Scotland. The Leinster and Ireland captain suffered a knee injury in December and recently returned to training with his province, but it wasn't risked in the last two Heineken Champions Cup pool games. Sexton says he's very much on track and he's ready to face the Scots in 10 days' time.
Everything's gone to plan so far, so it was always the aim to be back fit for the start of the Six Nations, and I'm on track. If anything, I'm a little bit ahead, so hopefully don't have any setbacks or anything like that over the next few days or week, and get back training with the boys.
The Waterford footballers will welcome Limerick to Fraher Field on Saturday night in the opening round of Division 4. It's the first of 4 home matches for the Daisha. New Waterford captain Conor Murray says they've put in a lot of physical work over the winter.
Out in Carriganore we've been training 3-4 nights a week. There's a lovely hill over in the corner of Carriganore. There's no lights there. The grass is be up over your ankles, and we've been going up and down that with Benji and Jerry Fitz, and it is working. We've played games. We're all hopping off the ground. We've been down in the gallops in Kilmac as well. They usually train horses down there, so that gave us a good blowout after Christmas. So we're moving well. And
throw-in is at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. You can hear more from Conor Murray on Fridays. Lorna Parker from 6:10 here on WLR. Next to basketball, there was disappointment for the Mercy Secondary at the All-Ireland Under-19A Girls Final in Dublin this afternoon. The Waterford Secondary School lost out at the hands of Creastery Portlaoise. It finished the Mercy 38, Scull Creastery 70. Another Waterford school is in action in the National Basketball Arena this afternoon. Waterpark College face St Unions of Donegal in the Under-19 Boys B final. Tip-off is at 2:30 p.m. That's the latest on WLR. Our next bulletin is at 2.